yes, hello. This is my final message for the people of the UK from Queen Elizabeth II. Make sure you subscribe and follow the Triple B as he knows his boxing. Ack!
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Yeah, let me be straight, right? We're gonna go. This is a boxing channel, so we're gonna talk about like Tyson Fury's weird Instagram posts in a minute. But what I wanted to say, so obviously everybody knows this queen is allegedly passed away. Yeah, and she's a skit. Yeah, if you look into it, her kids are from different dads. Check it out. Do your research. Find out they're not Prince Philip's thing, man. The royal family, the worst degenerates of it all. Drugs, into kids, group stuff, sick people. And some of this is open. It's out there. Huh? And what made me laugh? Like I was looking at what's going on social media, and there's Irish pubs giving away free shots. free shots to celebrate this event. And to be honest, I couldn't give a rat's ass, man. I'm from the UK. I couldn't give a rat's ass, man. I was more upset, way more upset when Michael Jackson died, right? And I remember where I was when Michael Jackson died. I was in the pub. And and we heard it's very suspicious circumstances, right? Michael Jackson called people out. Yeah, he done songs about it, right? He done he done speeches about it, okay? And he wasn't a nonce. Yeah, they tried to put it on him, right? Oh, you're hanging with kids, you're nonce. Rubbish. I looked into it, right? And it's not about. I like Michael Jackson music, even though I know it's just nonsense. It's bread and circus nonsense. But I seen. Yeah, he definitely not a nonce, and he was abused, and possibly this is weird, right? So one time I was in a pub in America, in New York, and this before I was red pilled, right? Okay. I was speaking to the barman, some black guy, and he's like talking about how he's had rumors, that Michael Jackson was castrated, either chemically or physically, okay? So he would retain that high voice. I was like, okay, kind of makes sense because he all had that high voice. He didn't grow into a man. His body was not that of a man, yeah. And he said they did it to keep him relevant, to keep him big, to keep him popular, because when his voice broke, things might go wrong. I was like, yeah, but surely, how could they do that? He goes, look, man, you go down to Mexico, you can do anything. You can do anything. With the right amount of money, you can do anything. It's stuck in my head. And now I think about it, I'm like, yeah, it's completely feasible. You got to remember, right? Jackson's kids, obviously not his, are they? They're not from his sperm. They're not from him. They're white. He used surrogates to spawn the kids, right? And the whole him going white stuff, was because he got bullied so badly by his old man, who was a piece of shit and abused him, that he wanted to change. He didn't want to look in the mirror and see his dad. So it was believable. At the time, I was a bit like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I still had some faith in the world, right? Okay? And then Michael Jackson started to call out some people in the music industry. Yeah, and then suddenly, they accused him of being a nonce. Yeah? And then suddenly he dies. He owns, like, all kinds of stuff. Like, I believe he owns the, what's it called? The Beatles. The Beatle collection of music, There's definitely something weird going on here. The alleged doctor was obviously a Illuminati-based guy, fed him too much drugs. He was abused, used, MK Ultra'd. I mean, this poor kid, right? I mean, he's aged like 4, 5, and they make him dance around, and do this kind of thing. And you can see the mental issues he had. I got heart for Michael Jackson. He did look after kids, I believe. He did want to look after kids and protect them, This is not an asexual guy. Why? Because he was chemically or physically castrated. He ain't even got his own alleged kids are not even genetically his. Okay, what does that tell you, man? What does that tell you? He couldn't reproduce. Anyway, forget about that. Yeah, I would say you look into that, man, and check it out, right? Going back to the Queen. Yeah, so she brown bread now, the Queen. Brown bread is an English expression. It's Cockney rhyming. It means like dead. But it sounds weird. But the biggest question, I wonder when I look at people like the Queen, the royal family. I was thinking, how degenerate are they? And you imagine they got Prince Andrew, great friend of Jeffrey Epstein, who went on the plane many times to the island. They were close pals. He's been pictured going to the man's residence. And what's happened? Nothing. Yeah, nothing. Some poor woman who got abused got paid off, and that's it, man. Come on, man. Why haven't they gone after all these people? Maxwell got Ghislaine Maxwell, who's the daughter of a known Mossad agent, right? Robert Maxwell, and a multi-millionaire, was locked up for trafficking kids. Well, okay, but who are you trafficking them to? You get me? Why aren't they nicked? We don't know the truth. She may not even be nicked. Epstein might not have been dead. There's pictures on the Epstein Island of a man who looks exactly like Epstein after he was allegedly dead. And, some people say he's completely alive. He's an important agent. He was a honeypot. So they can, what they do is, so they get these important politicians, important people to do stuff that is unacceptable to the populace. You know what I'm talking about. And they film them, right? And then they're bought. You step out of line, do what you're told to do, then we will release some of this, okay? There's always things that fall through the cracks, so not everyone can be micromanaged and bought. Anyway, going back to Queen. So it sounds weird, right? But the most important question, that I always wonder about is, because I do think they are degenerates, the royal family, with drugs and weird practices in the bed. But I wonder what, how did Prince Philip, and he's dead, and the Queen dead, no, how did they get busy? How did they get busy together? Huh? They got 3 kids, allegedly. I'll get on to that. But I mean, the royal family, as I said, is largely into kids. But I want to know, it's going to sound weird, but did Prince Philip take the Queen doggy style? Did he nut the Queen doggy style? Did he pull her hair and say, what do you think about that, you old slag? Yeah, who's the governor now? Who's the real king? And when he smashed her in the doggy style position. I don't know. I mean, it's a weird thought, but, and I think did the Queen give Prince Philip a shiner, before they got busy? I don't know. I'd like to see these questions answered. But having said that, that's a minor distraction. I don't like to spend too much time thinking about that at all. I want to see them exposed. And as I said, this is a boxing channel, So we talk about boxing, we don't talk about other stuff. And the question is, the fighter that Gay J won the title of, Prince Charles Martin, yeah? Now, the new king of England is Prince Charles. And he might be known as Prince Charles III, or he might choose a different title. I don't know. But what happens to Prince Charles Martin, the boxer? Does he change his name now to Kang Charles Martin? Kang Charles Martin. I think he should. even though he's whack anyway. But, I came to talk about Tyson Fury. Now, the reason I want to talk about Tyson Fury is, apart from the nonsense, the back and forth, Gay J, do you want to fight me? And if you don't ask me about tomorrow, I won't fight you, and this kind of thing. Can't be bothered with that. I'm sick of chat and stuff like that. What I am interested in, however, is how much Fury has sold out. Okay? Now, I've done a few videos on this before. Okay? And I said after he got victimized and after he won the title of Vlad, he got attacked, he got gang stalked, he got on the yayo, in the drink, yeah. And I think he was offered a deal. He goes, look, man, you come back to us, yeah, but this is by the powers that be. You come back to us, you start doing what we ask you to do, yeah. Push mental health problems, which is, listen, there are mental health problems, but it's basically to push medication in the pharmaceutical industry. They're the benefactors of this mental health industry. You get me? So I looked on Tyson Fury Instagram, recently, and what do I see? Instagram's whack, but you got to have a look at the top fighters and Ben Hardy's Instagram to see how close he is to Gay J. And then so I found a bunch of pictures, right? So first of all, you got Tyson Fury flashing the devil's horns, yeah. You got Fury sitting around in Versace clothes, and that's a sign as well. Because, and Tyson Fury didn't used to care about clothes. He was happy to wear JD Sports tracksuit, before he got turned. Yeah? And there's a lot of pictures of him, with he puts a filter on, right? So he's got these, lizard-like eyes. And you might say, oh, he's just messing up. No. When you do things in the public eye again and again, there is always a reason for it. Yeah? And he's with some comedian as well called, I can't remember what the man's name is, to be honest with you. He's quite good. The guy, he's quite good at doing impressions, but this guy flashes the 666 symbol 3 times. 3 times when he's doing his impressions. Yeah? So what's that tell you? Tyson's bought. As I said, I made videos on this before, and check out my archives. Yeah? But Fury will occasionally flash up Christian stuff as well. Is that a distraction? Because he's also claimed of cheating with 500 women, which is just nuts. I mean, even the chubby who got a lot of pum-pum. Yeah, chubby got a lot of pum-pum. He only got a body count of about 200. And, Tyson Fury claims he had a body count of 500 before he even got married. This is not possible, man. This is not possible. So, ultimately, the conclusion of this video is that Tyson has been bought. And I've said this before. I mean, this is not new news, is it? However, there's a chance that he's secretly still holding on, to being Christian and be religious, and he is trying to play them on their own games, and he's been threatened. He's got 6 kids. He's in a difficult position. So I'm not hating on Tyson Fury at all, because I think he's in a position of he's between a rock and a hard place. You know what I'm saying? So I just pray for him. I pray for him, and I believe in his heart he's a Christian. I just think that he's in big trouble. Something weird's gonna happen. To his family maybe. If he doesn't toe the line. Anyway, peace in the Middle East.